Oh, okay. So, this phone's getting... Hare Krishna devotees, I've just finished off machines. Just waiting for Karuna. And I just wanted to quickly glorify my spirit. Well, not quickly, always glorify my spiritual master. All glories to his divine grace, Bhaktivedanta, AC, Bhaktivedanta Srila Gaur Haridas Abadut Maharaj. All glories to my spiritual master, our spiritual master. So, I'm just going to talk about how strong we can live the false ego, because we've been living it for such a long time. When somebody else points something out within your false ego, you can't believe it. It's very difficult to believe because you've been doing it for such a long time that you don't realize that it is the false ego. And I'll give you an example. Recently, I've realized I've been going through this same Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. None at all. We just have beetroot.
Green one?
The beetroot.
Oh, the beetroot juice.
Yeah. That was just Karuna making us a beetroot. What it was, making us a beetroot and carrot juice, but now it's just beetroot. So, like for instance, I have this pattern now, and I've realised it's my false ego, but I didn't want to. When I heard Karuna talking to me about this, my false ego, it likes drama, and it likes to feel sorry for itself. It likes to, hey Dean, hope you had a lovely transcendental birthday. I put your testimonial, but I think I need to make a few corrections. I'm going to change the picture, just thought I'd let you know. So, Hare Krishna Madhu. Oh, okay, look, I'm going to invite you, Madhu. Hey, Johan. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So I'll stop. See if Madhu. I don't think he is. I've got to do this talk because I think my battery's going to go. Anyway. Hare Krishna, Johan. Karuna's downstairs making a beetroot juice. Oh, here he is. Look, you can. So what I'm saying is, we can live out our false ego and keep living it out, and we think it's normal and it's okay until somebody can point out that actually you're actually hurting yourself and other people and persons. I'm going to say persons from now on. You're actually hurting them, and you're still in this pattern. And because me and Karuna are together all the time practically, which needs to kind of change. He's been able to point things out. He's seen my patterns, and it's quite a deep-rooted one. This pattern that's been coming to the surface. It's been coming to the surface again and again. And when he was telling me about it and talking to me about it, we did have both had high energies. And he's telling me that your false ego likes drama and likes to actually likes to feel the victim and just cries because it feels like it's being persecuted. And I could feel that when Karuna was telling me these things, I didn't want to believe him. It's not true. How can you say that? I felt like he was being really cruel to me by saying, that's just the machine, saying these things to me. But I know Karuna's who he is, and he wouldn't lie to me. And he's telling me these things, and I'm in some anger, and he's in some anger, and I'm listening to him. I'm like, how can you say that to me? But something else was listening on top of that. Because I've been doing this pattern for practically probably all my life, maybe lifetimes, I don't know. found it really difficult to hear Karuna was telling me the truth, and I thought that he was being really cruel, and but he wasn't. It's cruel to be kind. Hard truth, hard absolute truth, is very hard to take for a lot of people. A lot of things that Guru Maharaj says is very difficult for people because they've been doing the same thing, and they're in this habit of doing the same thing, and they can't hear clearly. And so in this situation, because this false ego has been going on, I really couldn't. Why is he saying that? How can he saying that? And my heart was pounding a little bit, or I could feel my heart. I was in shock. I felt like I was in shock, and there's nothing I could say. But I was in shock, but I listened to everything he said, and I went back and I stayed with it. I tried to push it away, and I tried to want to stay with my false ego, that I'm right, that I'm just being hard done by, but no, I wasn't going to do that. So I went and I thought about it. I sat with it for a couple of days, and I've realized that he's right, because instead of growing up, communicating and speaking and being conscious, because this false ego, it stops you being conscious, which is the worst thing. And now it's about finding out what's going on, what is this pattern and what causes it, being conscious and seeing it for what it is, because now I can see what it is. It's still there. This false ego is still there, and it still may play out because it's been doing it for so long. But I'm aware now, and Karuna is aware, and one, it needs hard truth, this false ego. It needs to be shook up, like I was so shook up. And this pattern, I kept saying to Krishna, what is going on? What is happening? This pattern, this keeps happening over and over again. And yeah, because Krishna actually is arranging it so I can stop acting in this way, in this false ego way that I've been acting, for a long time. And it breaks up relationships with whoever it is. And but it was very difficult to grasp it, because I've been doing it for such a long time. And I admit it, that it's about feeling sorry for yourself and wanting attention, to stay in the same place, and somebody hugging you and saying it's okay, instead of, which keeps you in the same place, and you don't really learn. Sometimes you need to be shook up. Your heart needs to be penetrated, because some things arrows need to kill these things, these anatas that are hanging around. And but now that it's there and it's out in the open, and I did some research about it, I can see patterns, and it's about communicating and being proactive, because the false ego, it's that habit, it's reactive, it's extremely reactive, and it takes you away from, truth and building really great relationships. So the biggest thing that I've learnt in 2019, is that my false ego has been acting out for practically all my life, and people who have pointed it out to me in ways that I didn't understand. I don't really see them like family members, but now it's up on the surface. We can deal with it. But to let you all know that this false ego, this thing has been running in the background like a program you've uploaded onto your computer, and when something happens, it reacts, it comes out, it reacts in the same way. So now it's about letting go of that program, observing it if something's happening, and see what brings it up, and to be conscious, to be fully conscious and react in a conscious, be proactive and be conscious. And to do that, and I say this to you as well, Karuna, because you're here, because we know now it may happen again because it's been there a long time, but we have to work through it and be calm and listen, really hear. Because I remember, again, listening to Karuna when he was saying this to me, my false ego was like, no, that's not what it is. I'm feeling like this, and I don't like this, and this is... No. He said what he said, and it was the truth. And learning about how my false ego has been acting out in the same way that's caused me and other people difficulties. But it's here now, and it's probably one of the biggest ones I have. I'm not saying there's not any others, but this one, and because I listened to him and I listened to my spiritual master, I was able to work out what's happening. But now it's just at the tip now. Not the tip, it's gone over the tip because we realise it. I know it consciously, Karuna knows it consciously, and we could work together with it and be conscious about it. But just to let people know that there are things running in the background that's been running for a long time with us, and when they play out, we think it's okay because they've been there a long time, but it's not okay. To really listen to people and share these things with each other is the best way. But for me to do this one was to acting like I'm the victim and being hard done by and wanting attention and not moving through it and just wanting to stay in the same place. Had to act out. It had to act out. I couldn't do it by just sharing because I didn't know. It was, we've been acting this out. So me and Karuna have been playing. Krishna's been playing through it, so I can swear then. Fukin realized this ego, and before I did this, I used to do this before with my friend Remy, and I used to go to him and say, I know I'm doing something bad, I feel so terrible and I'm crying, I know I feel that I'm doing something, there's a pattern, and he could see it in me, and he'd tell me what it was. It was so difficult. I was in a panic attack because that couldn't be true. It couldn't be true, but it was, and changed my life. And the same thing with Karuna. This is going to change us so much because I'm ready to, yes, Madhu. It's those patterns that have been left in that subconscious mind that, haven't been released because they think they still work, but they don't. They don't work. So it's time to let it go and bring in something new that's fresh and new that actually does work for myself and for Karuna and everybody around us. So to watch that false ego in us that is just there, and then we refuse to listen. But thank you very much, Karuna, because wow, I have to look at those patterns and those deep-rooted weeds that we have that we need to release. So this is a huge one that me and Karuna have been through together, about me feeling the victim, I think it is, and feeling sorry for myself and being hard done by instead of hearing clearly and admitting the truth. So I love you, my dear husband, and thank you very much. And I'm ready for all of them. I'm ready to go all the way. I said it before I met Guru Maharaj. I said it to God, and now I'm still ready to go all the way and to remove these. But now at the moment, to acknowledge them and then to release them is the best thing ever. Even speaking about it with everybody, with you two, and myself, because I'm listening, I feel really good that it's come to the surface, because it's been causing Karuna issues as well, and I don't want to do that to my partner, my husband, because he's wonderful and doesn't need it, and I don't need it. Guru Maharaj doesn't need it, and the Sangha doesn't need it. But I had to go through this. So I'm sorry, Karuna, to you. I'm looking at your picture because I've got two pictures. Is there anything that you want to say, Madhu? Because I can remember when I was listening to, I've saying these a few times because I'm kind of trying to realize it consciously, fully myself, that when you feel attacked, because I think I was feeling attacked. Well done, carry on. I was feeling attacked, and then I have a program that comes out that helps to defend me because I'm feeling attacked. But it's an old program, and these are new situations. It doesn't work, just withdrawing and feeling sorry for yourself. It's to bring the whole situation out, no matter how difficult it is, because it was so difficult. It was so difficult, but it was a storm that we both went through many times. I've been through, and we've been coming out, and we've been stronger afterwards. But it wasn't fully released. But now I'm fully conscious of it. It's gonna help to release. I'm gonna release it because I don't want to work in that way. That doesn't help. It's not absolute truth. Hare Krishna, Amen. Hare Krishna. I'm just talking about the false ego and how when somebody points out your behavior, you can't believe it because the false ego has been behaving like that for so long. It's really difficult to believe that behavior. But I am here to release my weeds with Guru Maharaj. Yes. Yeah, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you all. But thank you, Karuna, for making me realize that I know it was difficult for both of us, and I'm really sorry about that. And I feel relief now that I've been able to share it with everybody, and people can listen to this, because that false ego, we think it's okay. That behavior, that unconscious behavior is okay, but it's not. And things can be difficult, and because of my trust with Guru Maharaj and Karuna, I've been able to get through it. If I didn't have those things, I would be playing the same play. It wouldn't be getting me anywhere. But it's a big thing that's been inside me. So we've been hitting this storm many times. Just Krishna has been arranging this storm that me and Karuna has been through recently, so I can realize my things, my main thing, my main issue. I'm not saying Karuna hasn't got any, and we're going to speak about these things, but the best thing for me is this feeling sorry for oneself, feeling the victim, feeling there's nobody else, feeling you're by yourself when you're not. Because Krishna is always there, and Guru Maharaj is always here, the Sangha is here. So sharing these things with each other. I know people, Hare Krishna, Vishaka, Devi Das, Hare Krishna, thank you for coming. It's so important that people listen to this class, because that false ego, that's complete illusion, and we live that illusion. We live our lives on these illusions, and it causes so many problems. It takes us away from the Lord, and that's one thing for me. My path is through the door to the Lord with Guru Maharaj and the Sangha. I have no other path. And these false egos that run in the background, if we can remove them, and we need to trust somebody, we need to be able to trust somebody that they're telling us the truth, and you have to take in people's words like that. And I took in Karuna's words, but it was difficult, and I wanted to run away from them and not think about these words. because I thought, oh, Karuna, he's trying to break my self-esteem and my confidence. So Madhu saying now it's out, you will get more out of your visit to Goa. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to go to Goa. My nervousness on my health thing is like 1% or maybe less, but it's there. But I need to be conscious and aware of any things that are going off. But yes, better relationship, can talk better, more trust, more faith in each other, more belief in each other. And having Guru Maharaj, he loves us all so much. He tells us all the truth, and he's still there to give me advice, and even go and look for the advice to give to me. That's how amazing Guru Maharaj is. He's so busy, and he has all of this. Sorry, machine. He's so busy, and he has all of these devotees and people criticizing and bad-mouthing him. He deals with it. He comes out with the sastra at the right moments. He's constantly on the go, but he's still there for his devotees. And I urge any of the devotees, to go to Guru Maharaj and listen to Guru Maharaj, because he will tell you the truth, and you can move forward with the truth. People mollycoddling you and saying Hare Krishna, Lalita Madhava, mollycoddling you can't move forward, and you stay in that same place. And I've always, it's funny actually, because I've always been big on not mollycoddling people and telling them the truth, because you stay in that same pattern, and then they come back to you with that same thing when you're staying quiet and not telling them what they're actually doing, because you don't want to hurt their feelings, hurt their flipping feelings, and get this truth out. It could come to the crunch where, these people, they don't speak to you again, but you've sown a seed in them to release whatever they need to release, so they can hear clearly, hear Guru Maharaj clearly. And but I needed reminding on that, not to mollycoddle people just because you don't want to hurt their feelings, and just because you want them still to be your friend. Oh no, those things don't work. Something inside you tells you that people are ready to hear things, and obviously Karuna knows that I'm ready to hear stuff because of who I am, and being a Raganuga devotee. It was very intense. This storm that we've been through a few times has been very intense, but because we are surrendered and we are willing to listen to each other. And the truth is, Krishna arranges everything. Krishna, I know you've arranged this. I know you have, but it's so difficult. It's so hard. What are you trying to tell me? What are you trying to tell me? Came through Karuna, what he was trying to tell me. And yeah. It's so... make me a better devotee, a better wife, a better friend to all the people in the Sangha. And Guru Maharaj was saying to me, go and read this advice I'm sending you, and it's on emotions, really, on our emotions and how they play up, and come and talk to me about it afterwards. And I'm thinking, what am I going to say to Guru Maharaj? But now, being with this information on emotions and what they do, and I've been able to speak to Guru Maharaj a lot about what's been happening, especially hopefully he'll watch this as well. So Aman is saying, our loving Srila Gaur Hari Das Maharaj is the complete package, who offers so much to this Sangha, and Lord Krishna, Jai. Absolutely, yeah. So Guru Maharaj, His Grace, offers so much to our Sangha, to each devotee. He has got so much to give, and when he's telling you the truth, You know, he does it with, it's love. It's just pure love that comes out, and you can grasp onto that and hold it in your heart. Guru Maharaj is, he is the one. He is the truth. He is the way and the life. He is the coming back of Jesus. He is, shall I say it, God himself. Because what Guru Maharaj is doing, he is no ordinary human being. What I have been witness to for over a year, I feel, no, I'm not going to talk about myself. What Guru Maharaj does and the right advice he has for each and every one of us at the right time. Even sometimes we don't like it, but it's the truth. Take it on board, because your life will change for the better. And Guru Maharaj was saying this morning, he's the wealthiest person. I have a little bit of money in my bank account. Absolutely. I feel extremely wealthy. Why? This kind of stuff, releasing this stuff that was extremely intense for me and Karuna, the payment afterwards, and it's the wealth afterwards, the richness of relationships and the true knowledge that we get is my payment. Any money doesn't give you this, and counseling can help. It can be temporary. I found it was temporary for me. It helps you. I find counseling helps you with the material world mainly. Guru Maharaj helps you with the all material world. Empower Jiva Atma. Hey, empower Jiva Atma. Madhusunda said. Das just said. Absolutely. And that is the payment. That empowerment is the payment. Because it's there all the time. You just get more and more empowered, and this is through listening to Guru Maharaj every day. Having Guru Maharaj's voice playing in some lecture, in the japa, every day is my attachment. Because when I was going through the words that Karuna just said to me, and I thought, I can't do anything, I feel really bad. So I just listened to Guru Maharaj at night, and they were chanting a long time again. This was a couple of nights ago, and they were all chanting again, and I was listening to that chanting. It felt so good. You know, the fact that they were chanting at the time that I needed to listen to that live, that chanting felt really good. And it helped me realize what I've realized about my false ego playing out, being rooted very, very deep. So there you go. What else? I feel that I'm sorry I do get up all over the place, but I try and come back to what I'm talking about, and that is the false ego. And I found that Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It's even though it's really difficult to hear, and you can't believe that's what you've been doing, and that's what's been causing a lot of your issues. Listen to it. Listen to those things, and don't just listen to them. Stay with them. Stay with those words, and digest them. Take them in and digest them, because look what's come up now is full realization of my behavior, and it's not acceptable, that behavior, and I'm not going to accept it, and I don't expect Karuna to accept it, or anybody else. And it feels really good now. It feels really, really good. So I'm going to come off now. Thank you very much to Madhu. You're always there, my brother. Thank you so much. Hopefully when you come, we get back from India, you'll come up, or we'll come down. Thank you, Karuna, my wonderful husband, for being absolute truth and putting up with me. And to Lilitha Madhava, thank you very much. And to Aman, thank you very much. You're pretty wonderful. I'm waiting for you to do a class by yourself. That would be very interesting, extremely interesting. But I know you're doing so much service around the temples and the gurdwaras with the Gyanis. I see that. Thank you very much. All glories to our spiritual master, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Gaura Haridas, Avadut Maharaj, Saint, and the list goes on and on and on and on. Just quickly, I've been doing a watch party for Guru Maharaj. Now it's been going on for about 166 hours, and I'm going to keep it going as long as I can. I really encourage you to do watch parties. They're really good because you can keep adding the ecstasy. Guru Maharaj, when he's in ecstasy, over and over again, laughing, crying, and people are getting that. And Karuna said to me, when you do a watch party, it's covered up by many people's posts. But yes, like I said, like when you have a radio and you tune into one channel, it's there, and then you tune out of that channel and you go to another channel. That channel is still there, so it's still there, it's still playing, and people can get some benefit from it. I'm going to try and get devotees to be able to add videos on it, so we can all keep it going. We can all keep each other's going. Karuna, what do you think? We can all keep each other's watch parties going, when we come across them, when we're doing our own, when we're looking through Facebook. But this watch party is really great. It's a lot of ecstatic classes and testimonies mainly. I've done testimony, and the three main things: recent classes of Guru Maharaj, testimonies of all, but as many as I could find, and all of Guru Maharaj ecstatic chanting and laughing, and the recent classes. So those three mainly I've concentrated on. But yeah, start some watch parties, share everything and anything. Any moment I have, I'll share something. It's like that. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. I love you, devotees. Thank you very much. Thank you, Karuna. Finish.